Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And today is of course Monday, meaning another Dynamax Max Monday. Now it is getting very dark here in the evening, so I do have to apologise about my front facing camera. There'll probably come a time where I don't even bother turning it on because you won't really be able to see me that much. But we're all going to head to a early Inkay, as you can see just up here, and if we do that one just in time, that one should spawn another one at 6 PM. So we just get an early one in, basically. YT Slams is in the chat. Thanks very much for joining. Sir Uwe is also in the chat. Thanks very much for joining so quickly as well, guys. Really appreciate that. And I'm hoping Mega Gengar is still on raids today. So I'm hoping to try and get one of those if we can find one. $15, $15, $13, that is a really good one. Congrats on that. Why am I level 50? So, the reason you're level 50 is because as of the 14th of October, there was a new leveling system reintroduced into Pokemon GO. And basically, level 50 was no longer the highest level in the game. Level 80 got added. And obviously, because of that, because level 80 got added, there was also a rebalancing of all the XP requirements. So previously, to get to level 40, it was 40 million XP that you had to have. And now it's only 3.9 million XP. So the requirements to get to each level has vastly dropped, meaning that most people above around level 20 have now jumped up many levels. And that is why you've now jumped up to level 50. And of course, you can now start grinding your way towards level 80 if you want to. $5.07 on the CP. I'm not too sure what Hundo Inkay is. I should have perhaps checked that before coming out. 1 to 70, 86 million XP, exactly, yeah. So I actually just managed to get to 1 billion XP the other day, which I was super happy about. We managed to hit 1 billion XP, bang on, complete zeros at the end of it. And we managed to hit that on Wednesday evening, just before raid hour. We managed to do a Mega Gengar raid to actually celebrate hitting 1 billion. That was our 1,000,000th raid, or 1,000,000th XP raid. So yeah, it was really cool to manage to do that on a Mega Gengar. And there is a YouTube short video up on my channel where you can see that. But yeah, it's super cool. 206 million, maybe higher for 1 to 80. Yeah, so I think the 1 to 80 is 204 million, something like that in total that you need XP wise. But of course, once you get to 70, you then need to do the in-game challenges as well. So that's the different challenges per level, very similar to what used to happen between levels 40 and 50. They've now been moved to levels 70 and 80. Go Wild is just around the corner. Yes, it is. It's going to be a very exciting event. I did very much like the Go Wild area last year, and I have no doubt in my mind that this year will just be as good, if not better. And of course, we have got some new Pokemon being released, and also we've got the return of the mighty Pokemon as well, which are those that are guaranteed or higher increased chance of being extra large, and also higher increased chance of being shiny, and also Hundo. So really good chance to get a Shundo during that event with those mighty Pokemon. Now, those mighty Pokemon, for anybody who doesn't know, are very much similar to the alpha Pokemon, effectively, on the Nintendo Switch games, where you'll see like a bigger Pokemon in terms of its shape and size around a nest of Pokemon or a group of certain type of Pokemon. So it's very much the same. We've just called it Alpha Pokemon instead. So we're just going to wait for this one to reset into an Inkay. It should turn into an Inkay any minute now. And then we can do this one again. And then we'll head down to some more. There's an Inkay pop there, as you can see. And we're also going to keep an eye out for Mega Raids, because like I say, Mega Gengar should still be about on raids today, but may change, well, it will change in the morning, because in the morning, Tuesday, 10 AM local time, you'll get Enchanted Hollow event starting, and that is mainly a bug event. We've got the release of Tarantula in the game, and its evolution, of course, And we've also got loads more bug type Pokemon. So in Mega Raids, Mega Beedrill, Mega Heracross, should I say, and also Mega Pinsir get put into raids. So Mega Gengar will disappear, unfortunately. So I'm just going to restart my game because that should have turned into an Inkay now, and I'm surprised it isn't. So let's just restart the game and see if it is an Inkay when we load back up. So yeah, how did everyone get on with the Halloween event? Hey Darkrai fan, thanks so much for joining. Haven't really been playing Pokemon, school is taking. Yeah, it gets him away, doesn't it? Life does get him away. It's one of those things that you can only sort of fit around your day-to-day activities. I can't play it when I'm at work, of course, so away from work is the only time I get to play it. But I still invest a lot of time and energy into it, because it is still one of my main hobbies. But yeah, it is one of those things that, unfortunately, the day-to-day person can't do it day in, day out. It's only those really top-end content creators that can do that, unfortunately. Just got a wild M ball, very nice. So what you'll always find is in the period in between events, so like of course the Halloween Part 2 event finished yesterday, and the the Enchanted Hollow event doesn't start until tomorrow. So in that little bit of a gap, you'll see more evolution spawns appearing in the wild when we've got no event on. So it's a good time to catch those and get additional candy and also more Stardust for catching those evolution Pokemons. So 504 Inkay is a 3-star. We also got a 507 before, and I don't think we appraised that, so let's have a quick look and see how good that one is. 507 was a 2-star, so that's the difference the attack stat makes. Attack on that one is 14, and the attack on that one is 10, and yet that looks a lot better on the rest of the stats. So that's just the difference of what the attack stat makes. Lower CP, and yet actually higher IV. Just because it hasn't got that attack, basically. So we've got a Mega Raid hatching at 6:45. But we will just keep heading to these Inkays. So do let me know in the comments how you managed to get on during the Halloween event. The Part 2, the one with all the costumes. Let me know how you got on during that event in the comments down below. What was your favourite shiny? Rank 2. I'll take that. So I actually got really, really lucky during that Halloween Part 2 event. It's crazy amount of shinies. If you've not already seen, I did put a YouTube short video up yesterday evening about how I got on during that Halloween event. And it was a ridiculous amount of shinies that I got. I'll give you something like 30 shinies during the event, and about 500 or 600, maybe even more. So yeah, ridiculous amount of stuff. Jonathan is in the chat. Thanks so much for joining, Jonathan. How are you? Weezer. Don't know if I've had my coins today yet or not. I'll have to have a look. Wowzer. I thought you were commenting like a 1990s rock band then, when you said Weezer. They were a good band though, they were. I must admit. Let's put a Bulbasaur on. Never heard of it. Oh, I'm showing my age there, aren't I? I'm showing my age if you've never heard of Weezer. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Jonathan. You'll have to Google it afterwards. Google Weezer. They were a really good band in the 90s. Sound old now, don't I? Back in the 90s. Right, so I will have to just turn my torch on, else I'm going to end up falling over it. It's the annoying thing about this game, well, about this country, should I say. When the clocks change, it's just you can't really walk off a beaten track because it's just none of it's lit up. But getting some of these Dynamaxes where I am, you have to. So we end up nearly falling over every time. Makes me sound old, yes. Thanks. Just straight to the point. Yeah, it does make you sound old. Oopsies. No, don't mind. I know I'm getting old. Right, second Inkay, or the second of the hour, third of the evening. Let's jump straight in. Again, we'll go for Zyramazenta. So for anybody who doesn't already know, if you have a shield form Zyramazenta, so the crown shield form, then if you use that on level 1 Dynamaxes, 9 times out of 10 you won't have to actually Dynamax. So you can defeat it just by getting to the charge move and throwing a charge move. Zyramazenta is really, really good for that. So it just saves you a bit of extra time, not have to wait for the animation for the Dynamax. I say that, but look, I'm Dynamaxing. Completely ignore what I say, because Zyramazenta is rubbish. Ignore what I've just said for the last 20 seconds. It's rubbish. Don't use Zyramazenta, it's terrible. Terrible Pokemon. It's just made me look stupid. Yeah, don't use that. It's terrible. We'll have to find a better Pokemon than that. Let's see if we can find one where we don't have to Dynamax. Maybe Gengar. Sometimes Gengar you don't have to Dynamax. 514, that looks better. Interesting. Very much time saved, yes. We went for it. Not old, the right word is vintage. Yeah, I'll go for that. I might have to rename myself Vintage Danzo Biggins. That's not a bad one. I'll tell you that. 12, 15, 14. That is not bad. The Hundo is 529. Thanks very much, Jonathan. See, Jonathan always comes with the stats. I never do. So I end up just guessing. But then I know I've got Jonathan in the chat to just tell me what it is. So it's always good having you here, Jonathan. Right, so a little bit of a walk to the next one. So we're going to put our daily adventure incense on. And it might be the last time that this is extended for a couple of weeks to 30 minutes because the new Go Pass starts tomorrow. And I believe the only reason it's extended is because we got to a certain rank of that October Go Pass. So therefore it should probably go down to 15 minutes again as of tomorrow. Let's see if we have got my coins today. We haven't. So we could do with getting kicked off a gym at some point. I was looking in Google for the stats and it says Dynamax isn't a thing. Google lies. Google is lying to you. Don't listen to it. Listen to Jonathan instead. Another streamer got it first raid. Right, okay. That's annoying. Jonathan's going around and passing on his luck to other streamers. Because I haven't got a hundo yet, Jonathan. Where's my hundo? So annoyingly, I'm still on this level 73 challenge. Yeah, give Danzo a hundo. Hundo for Danzo. So yeah, I'm still on the level 73 challenge of where I've got to walk 200 kilometers. It's not fun. It's not fun. Now I know there's a lot of people, there's some people in the world who have already got to level 80, which is basically impossible if you've done it legit. So anybody who's level 80 is probably cheating. And I would say that anybody above level 77, so 78, 79 and 80, I would assume they're all cheating as well, because it's practically impossible to get to that level so quickly. You've got to walk 200 kilometers at the stage that I'm at now. And then at stage 75, you've got to walk 300 kilometers. And then at 77, you've got to walk 400 kilometers. So in total, you've got to walk 900 kilometers. And the level update has only been out since 14th of October. So in 2 weeks, people have walked 900 kilometers. Now, I don't know if that's possible or not. Bearing in mind, you haven't actually got the whole 2 weeks to walk 900 kilometers, because one of the weeks you've got to walk a route and not do anything towards kilometers, because kilometers are on a different stage. And another one, you've got to send 100 gifts, of which a gift limit per day at the moment is 150. So that limits you to around about 3 or 4 days there. So time-gated tasks in total, you've got 11 days. Take that away from the 2 weeks, you've got about 3 or 4 days left. So to walk 900 kilometers in 3 or 4 days, I don't think you're a legit player, are you? Let's face it. But credit to those people who've already done the 200k. I know there's a lot of people who've done the 200k already. Very much legit. A lot of people have gone on bikes and stuff like that, or done extremely long walks for multiple days in a row. So credit to them. But yeah, I think anybody who's over level 77 at the moment, who have already done the 200, 300 and 400 kilometers, I don't think that's legit. And it's a shame, really. It's a shame that people are doing that. Not so much because, you know, not so much because I'm envious of them for leveling up quicker than me. To be honest, I don't give a two's who about who levels up quicker than me. But I'm not so much envious. It's just not very good for the game, is it? You know, people play the game, put so much effort into it, and then you see somebody just run past you. You know, it's like being in a running race. If you're in a running race and everybody's running, then it's fair game. But if somebody comes past you in a car, it's not very good fun, is it? It's not very fun for anybody taking part. So it makes a mockery of the game in that way. But I can only assume that the reason Niantic or Scopely have put these tasks in is to find cheaters. I think there'll be a ban wave in a couple of weeks' time, whereby anybody who got to a certain level by a specific date, like I've just explained, it's basically impossible. So I think all those people will get banned. I think they've done these tasks on purpose to find people who are cheating. That's my opinion. Hopefully I'm right. Hopefully those people who have cheated will get banned because they're ruining the game. And if they're cheating for that, they're going to obviously cheat for everything. So yeah, that's my take on it anyway. But let me know what your thoughts are about people already being level 80 in the comments down below. Entei's rubbish, guys. Not Entei. Definitely not Entei. Zamazenta's rubbish, guys. It keeps on Dynamaxing. I'm not going to choose it again. I'm going to go on Gengar next time. At least if that Gigantamax is I like it. I don't like cheaters. Cheaters are not nice. Yeah, 100% agree. I don't mind it to a certain degree. I mean, I'm not a person who can tell anybody else how to play the game. If you want to cheat, you cheat. If you get caught, that's on you. when you then cheat and then brag about it online that you're the first person in the world to reach 80 in your certain country or the first person ever, that's when it becomes annoying, you know. And also, if you're cheating and purposely taking gyms and stuff like that, where people are actually making effort to go and walk to take, then yeah, that's when it becomes annoying. You know, if you're affecting people who are actually playing it properly in game and legit, then yeah, that's when it becomes a problem. I used to cheat the CV Advantage and it was so, yeah, so it got banned first. Happy Sober Monday, Yellow's in the chat. Thanks so much for joining, Yellow. We do get the odd occasional drop in from Yellow. Thanks so much for joining on this occasion. Hey Drake, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. I'm just cleaning out item storage. Yes, you can add me. Anybody who wants to add me can add me. I've got a few more spaces available. So yeah, I'll put my trainer code up in just a moment. I'm just going to do this Inkay. And then I'll put my trainer code up on the screen. So you can add me. Now I'm going to go in with my 98 shiny Gengar here. I don't remember your code no more. No, I don't know if I've refreshed it by then as well. But yeah, I'll put my code up on the screen in just a moment so you can add me. 98 shiny Gengar. What's your most prized Pokemon? The Pokemon I love the most is Gengar. By far, it's Gengar. And I would probably say that my favourite Pokemon in my collection is probably my Hundo Gengar that I got given to by my friend. I would say that's probably my most prized Pokemon in my collection, the one that I used my gold bottle cap on. So yeah, that's probably my most prized one at the moment. It's going to take some beating, that is, to be fair. It's my favourite Pokemon, my favourite costume Gengar. Yeah, Jason, yeah, exactly that. 518, really, really good one. Nathan has just sent me a request. Is that somebody in the chat? Is that you, Drake? Or is that somebody else? Inkay, not bad there, 518. No, that's not me. It's me, bro. Right, okay. Thanks so much for adding me. Very much appreciate it. I'll accept that now. So, Drake, if you wish to add me, then by all means use that trainer code there. You can take a screenshot. You can also pause the video and then skip forward back to live after you've added me. Well, yeah, that's the trainer code there. Jot it down, take a screenshot, pause the video, add me, and then skip back to the live if you wish. And don't forget, guys, anybody who's new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Please hit that subscribe button. We'll make the channel bigger and better. I don't know what to think about these non-event spawns. I think we've come down from a pretty high ceiling with the Halloween event. We had some really, really good spawns at Halloween event, and now we've just dropped off. It's a bit disappointing at the moment. And of course, we've got rid of all the Halloween Pokestops and everything like that as well. Everything that makes that Halloween event really cool has disappeared. Drake has added me. Thanks so much for the ad, Drake. Much appreciated. A few more max particles there. Oh, there's a nice Shelder as well. And I say that for only one reason. It's not that I like Shelder as a Pokemon, even though it does sometimes look like a Ghastly stuck in a shell with its tongue sticking out. Cheers, Drake. Much appreciated. But the Stardust. So Shelder caught in the wild gives you 1,000 Stardust. Whereas normally a Pokemon only gives you 100 Stardust. So 10 times the amount of Stardust you get from a Shelder compared to other Pokemon. So it's always worth catching a Shelder when you see it out and about. Plus, it does have quite a nice shiny. It's a lovely orange colour. Yesterday at 2 AM, the time changed back to 1 AM. I got scared because I thought my head was messed up. Yeah, so the clock's changed here in the UK a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, it does take some getting used to. I mean, I hate it. I don't see why we still do it, to be honest. I don't see why anybody, any country still does it. I know it's something we did years ago, but this time of year, I don't like it. You get home from work, it's too dark to do anything, and it's just horrible. Hey, Ludolf. Hopefully I've pronounced that right, Ludolf. Let me know in the comments if I pronounced that right. Hopefully okay anyway. Thanks so much for joining. So yeah, somebody asked about my most prized Pokemon. I think it was yellow, and I would probably say this little guy here. So for some reason it's not coming up. Let's type in Gengar. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Oh, he's got an asterisk at the start, creates a Hundo. But yeah, this is my Shundo Gengar. It was given to me by my late dear friend who sadly passed away earlier this year. And this is one of my, well, of course, it's Gengar's first ever costume on Pokemon GO, the Party Hat Gengar. Came out with Party Hat Nidorino, if you remember, Nidorino, should I say. And that is probably my most prized Pokemon. And it's the one I use my gold bottle cap on as well. So yeah, that's probably my most prized one. Now, I don't know if somebody messaged me on TikTok, and I don't know if they're in the comments, but somebody messaged me on TikTok and asked about how much candy I'd got for each Halloween Pokemon. I posted a video last night, the same video of which I put on my YouTube, of how I got on during my Halloween Part 2 event. And somebody asked how much candy I'd got for each one of those Halloween Pokemon. Now, I don't know if that person is in the comments or not, but I can definitely show you if you are. I did reply back and tell them that I was on YouTube Live and I'd show them then. But I don't know if they've got in the comments or not. Do pop up though if you are here. I'm going to take this yellow gym as well while I'm here. Anything good yet? Not really, no. We've had 518 on the Dynamax Inkay. So that's not a bad one. It's around about a 91 IV, something like that. But we're heading to 2 more down here, and we've also got a Mega Raid down here. So hopefully something good hatches from that Mega Raid, maybe even a Mega Gengar. And we might do a Mega Gengar solo on the channel, unless anybody wants to join in on that, of course. But first of all, let's take this gym. Don't like too many yellow gyms about, do we? Needs to be more reds and blues. I'm yellow. Yeah, I'm only joking. I don't mind. I've actually been all team colours. So I started off as blue when the game first started. I knock out reds and yellows for blue. Yeah, so I've actually been all team colours I have. So I started off as blue, was Mystic for about 3 years probably, from around about 2016 to about 2019. And then I switched to yellow. And then I was yellow for about a year, 18 months, something like that. And then I swapped to red, and I've probably been red the longest now. So I've been red since about COVID time, probably about 2020, something like that. So yeah, I've been red about 5 years now. And I don't think I'll change anymore. I think I'll stick to red at the moment. Can't see myself changing anytime soon. So yeah, I am quite impartial with the colours. I don't mind the colours at all. I just make sure that everybody tries to get their coins every single day by kicking the odd gym every now and again. So let's add on this gym. Let's go for shiny, and we'll put something of a nice shiny in here. What shall we go for? What sort of shiny shall we go for? Let's go for shiny. Do quite like the shiny Aerodactyl. Shiny Dunsparce, maybe? Where is my free stage Dunsparce? Or my free stage Dunsparce shiny? Which one is that? Can anybody tell from that? Why do we all look like the free stage ones? You can't tell if it's a free stage, can you, from the image? Oh no, there. There we go. There's my free stage Dunsparce shiny, I think. Is it? How can you not tell from that image? It's weird, that is. I wish it showed you a bit better. Dunsparce. Let's have a quick look. I've definitely got a shiny free stage, I'm sure of it. Yeah, it is that one. It is that one. I got the right one. The image is slightly different. I didn't notice that at first. You can just tell. So yeah, it's like a bit of a zoomed out photo there down at the bottom. But yeah, you can just tell. Got one of each, shiny and non-shiny. Rampardos. I will put Rampardos on the one. Don't you worry about that. I do love Rampardos as a Pokemon. It's super useful and it's really cool. I got distracted, my bad. It's a Mega Gengar. Oh, it's a Mega Gengar here. So does anybody in the comments want an invite to a Mega Gengar raid? Bearing in mind, this will probably be your last chance to get one because they'll disappear out of raids for the foreseeable future as of tomorrow morning. So if you want a Mega Gengar raid, let me know in the comments. I can solo it, yeah. I can solo it if you want me to, or I can give it a go. If you want to see me solo it, then also let me know if you want to see me solo it in the comments. If nobody else wants it, I'm more than happy to try and solo it. Is that something people on the channel would like to see me attempt live for you? It's an easy solo. It's an easy solo as long as it's not got Shadow Ball. If it's got Shadow Ball, it gets a bit interesting, to say the least. Didn't manage to change my Pokemon then. So we've gone Organization. I can definitely try a solo and hope that it doesn't have Shadow Ball, because Shadow Ball just completely wipes out all Psychic Pokemon. So Mewtwo's, Alakazam, Latios, all those that are good need max out Mons. I've got maxed out Mons for it, yeah. So I've got all level 50 Mewtwo. I think some are level 40, in fact. Some Shadow Mewtwo I haven't powered up just because they're not quite good enough. So I've only gone to 40 on them. Solo! Ooh, 519, that's getting better. Yeah, so I think you do need level 50 Pokemon to solo Mega Gengar. And it also depends on the weather in game as well. So somebody's just added their code down below. Now I can't see that because it won't stay on the screen, but you can add me in just a moment. I'll put my code on the screen. So 14, 14, 13 on that Inkay. That is the best one we've had this evening so far. And it might remain that way because this might be the last Inkay that we do here. And then of course doing this Mega Gengar raid. which we're going to attempt to solo. Thanks so much for dropping your code. Just bear with me a second and I'll share my code on my screen. If you wish to add me, you can do. Yeah, there you go. YT Slams has put my code in the comments. Thanks very much for that, YT. So we're jumping in and we're going in with our Gengar this time. So it's a bit of a quiet week this week on Pokemon Go. If you didn't see already my video I posted last night about this week on Pokemon Go, if you haven't, then make sure to go check it out, because I do a weekly feature where we talk about, and I give you a quick rundown about what is going to be happening in Pokemon Go over the next 7 days. Make sure to go check that out if you haven't already seen it. But this week, it is mostly just raids and no other event. There's obviously the Enchanted Hollow, a bug type event, where we'll see Tarantula get released and its evolution. And we'll also get shiny boosted odds for the likes of Stantler and also Paris. So Paris is going to be shiny boosted. Stantler was always shiny boosted. I don't know if they're going to boost it even further. But yeah, Stantler was always one of those that was shiny boosted anyway. But it is going to be boosted. 506, that's terrible. So Paris is going to be a really good one that's boosted, because that's normally 1 in 512 odds. So that's a good one to get during this event if you are missing it. But yeah, that event starts tomorrow at 10 AM. And then at the weekend, there is nothing on, because of course the Go Wild area in-person event in Nagasaki in Japan, that is going on. So everywhere else in the world, there is no event going on. So pretty much a boring weekend, but that probably comes at the right time, because next week is going to be completely action-packed. We've got Into the Wild event happening at the start of next week, and we'll get a raid hour, a different raid hour, every single night next week. So there will be no live streams on my YouTube, unfortunately, because I'll be hosting those in my community every single night next week. And then on the weekend, that following weekend, the 15th and 16th of November, that is of course when Go Wild Area Global is on, which is going to be a really, really cool event. I'm hoping that we get some decent weather here in the UK for it, because if we get some of the rain, which we've had over these last couple of weeks, it's going to really ruin it. But yeah, I'll give you more details about that closer to on my channel. We'll do another YouTube video about the Go Wild area. But let's jump into this Mega Gengar raid. And the good thing is that it is recommending our Psychic type Pokemon. So hopefully it hasn't got Shadow Ball. Normally when it recommends a Psychic type, so it means it hasn't got Shadow Ball. And we're going to change this out for Alakazam. And we've got our Hundo Dynamax one, which I haven't yet Mega Evolved, but I will do now. Could do with just checking what moveset's on this one actually, before going into a battle with it. Let's just check that. Psycho Cut and Future Sight, yeah, we can run with that. And then let's heal our other Pokemon. Side chicks. Yeah, so basically I'm a community ambassador. I'm a Pokemon Go community ambassador. I have been now for nearly 3 years now. Can you add my friend too? Yeah, you can definitely pass my trainer code on to your friend, that's fine. I'll share my trainer code on the screen, or YT Slams will put it in the chat. Just copy that and send it over to your friend. He can add me as well. But yeah, I'll do that just after this raid. But yeah, so I am a Pokemon Go community ambassador, and my local town's group leader as such, or owner. I own the local towns group, so therefore I have to organise all the event, run the events and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I'm never online during a Wednesday during raid hour. But of course, with raid hours being every day next week, I won't be able to go online because I'll be hosting those instead. So YT Slams has just dropped my code in the chat. Thanks so much again for that, mate. So yeah, if you do wish to add me or pass it on to your friend, then please do so. I've got a couple of friend spaces still remaining, so anybody who wishes to add me, let me know. And of course, if I have got you added to a friend, or I did have you added to a friend, don't be too disheartened if I remove you when we get to best friends. It's just because I try and make more room to add more people who subscribe to the channel. So, of course, I will re-add you at some stage if I have deleted you. Just make sure to keep re-inviting or re-sending the friends whenever you're online. So 190 seconds on the clock. We've gone in with Mewtwo now. We've used a couple of Necrozma Dawn Wings, and Mewtwo is now leading the charge. Shadow Mewtwo, this is our 82% IV, which is the first Shadow Mewtwo we had. It's the one we had off Cliff, or one we had off Giovanni, should I say, not Cliff. But yeah, it's a Giovanni Mewtwo, this one is. Hence why I've only powered it up to level 40. Because once it had its release with Giovanni, it of course had a couple of raid weekends, of which we got a few better ones. And of course, you could get it shiny then as well, which was always an added bonus. Now, Necrozma Dawn Wings, can you accept me to friend? Yes, I will do after this raid. I will accept you in just a moment. So I do wonder, I'm guessing not, but I do wonder if the Gengar costume would still be the encounter after this raid. Because for anybody who did Mega Gengar during the Halloween Part 2 event, when you defeated it, you got the Gengar costume if you got it. So if you kill the boss, can you go to Giratina? I will try, but I don't know if there's a Giratina about. But yeah, I can try. I can try and see if there's one about in just a moment. Max Survive, let's switch straight back into that team. We've got 100 seconds left. We should do this. He's got Drain Punch as well, Mega Gengar, right? So that's a preferred move to try and solo this. So we're not quite 3/4 of the way through, but getting close now. 75 seconds will be the mark in which there's only 1/4 of the time remaining, and that's coming up now. And we've got really good chance of doing this in very decent time. In fact, probably around about 50 seconds remaining when we get this defeated. One more of those Moongeist beams and it might be out. There we go. 53 seconds on the clock and it started to faint. So really good time, and doesn't look like we get a costume Gengar. It might just be a normal Gengar now because of that event finishing. But still, we might get a decent one. We might get a shiny one. You never know. No shiny. 1617. It's not too bad. 1644 is a Honda Gengar from a raid when it's non-weather boosted. And there we go, we caught it first ball as well. So 1617 Gengar. Let's have a quick appraisal on that and see how good it is. It's not too bad. It could have been a lot worse, it could have been a lot better. Somewhere in the middle. So I'll take that. That's not bad at all. Right, so we've got a couple of friend requests. We've got one there, and obviously we've had a couple before already. But let's see if there is a Giratina raid. At the moment, nothing about at the moment, but we might be a different story when we start heading back up the other way. Hey, you know a hundo for once. Woo! It's Gengar. I'm definitely going to know a hundo for Gengar, aren't I? Any other Pokemon? I don't know, but Gengar, I'm definitely going to never hundo for Gengar. There's not many legendaries I don't never hundo for as well. I'm pretty good with legendaries. Sometimes. So we've got the midday form. Rock Ruffer. I don't know if that's a guarantee off that winner raid task. But yeah, really nice midday form there. We'll start that. Let's see if we can do a route as well while we're here. See nearby routes. There we go. Can you look for a legendary Pokemon? I am going to look for a legendary Pokemon. That is... Do you have a Shundo Metagross? Yes, I do. Metagross. Boom. Boom. And just for you, I will Mega Evolve it right now. Because I'm just that kind. There you go. There is a level 50 Best Buddy Shundo Mega Metagross. I did it on purpose because I know YT Slime's one of his favourite Pokemon is Metagross. Yeah, you can Mega Evolve it. Its Mega got released a couple of weeks ago. Or about a month ago now, probably. Its Mega got released, so that's something else you've missed as well while you've been away. Mega Metagross had its release on Pokemon GO. And we also have the likes of Mega Camerupt get released as well, and also Mega Sharpedo, of which I haven't got a Hundo Camerupt, but I have got a Shundo Sharpedo. So there we go. There's our Shundo Sharpedo, which again looks really, really cool when it's Mega'd. I'll Mega Evolve that one for you now, just to show you. You can Mega Dynamax, but then you can't see it in Dynamax battles. Yeah, exactly. So once you've got it Mega Evolved, you can't use it in Dynamax battles. It's just one or the other, effectively. And it's the same with Gigantamax. You can Mega Evolve a Gigantamax Pokemon, but you can't then use that Mega Gigantamax in a Gigantamax raid, if that makes sense. So yeah, you can use it for one or the other. So for like my Gengars, for example, the ones that are actually decent. So these ones, you can either Dynamax it, like that, or you can Mega Evolve it, like that. Boom. So yeah, you can use it in one or the other. Mega Gengar's always nice as well, isn't it? I do like how Gigantamax Gengar is that lovely white colour as well. I mean, look at that. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. When did you catch 500 million XP and when did you catch 1 billion XP? So at the start of this year, I got to 541. That's what I started this year on, 541 million XP, which meant probably got to 500 mil around about November time last year. And then this year, I've managed to get from 541 million up to 1 billion and 4 million. So yeah, we're nearly 5 million over the billion mark now. So we've got that pretty quick, bearing in mind we didn't get to 1 billion until Wednesday this last week. So in less than a week, we've got 5 million already, which has been really good going. Right, so let's keep an eye out for legendary raids if there's any. None at the moment. Oh, like the named Pokemon. Right, so what did I catch for me billionth and what did I catch for me 500 mil? So let's type in 500. And I don't know if I saved any of them. What I would have done is called it Memento. So I don't know if I saved anything for me 500 million. Not sure. Let's have a quick look. I've saved me level 50 there. 1 billion was a Mega Gengar. Got a couple more things down here. So yeah, stuff that I caught on Christmas, on my birthdays, stuff that I best buddied when I was down in London. So yeah, pretty cool collection, but I didn't save what I caught on me 500 million one, unfortunately. You have over 500 now? Don't think so. I don't think so. I can't quite remember what I caught on me 500 million, to be honest. I don't think back then I was really like watching what I caught. I think I just hit it and went past it. It could have been. It could have been a Mega Gengar for 500 million. For 1 billion it was a Mega Gengar. And I know for me, level 50, the raid that took me to level 50, that was also a Gengar. See you, Giratina. Not at the moment. No. Currently the Mega. Is that it? Oh, it is. Hey. Well spotted. I completely ignored that. Well spotted. So yeah, Mega Gengar was my 500 million and also my 1 billion. So yeah, 500 million. That was a Dynamax Gengar as well. That was a Hundo Dynamax back in October last year. So yeah, October last year was when I hit 500 million. And not far off being exactly a year, to be fair. Because 29th of October last year, I hit 500 million. And then this year, it was around about, when was it this year? This is scary now, if it's like a year to the date. I have never made this comparison before. When was this caught? Oh my God. It was the 29th of October. That is freaky, to say the least. So the 29th of October, 2025 is when I got to 1 billion, and 500 million is on the 29th of October 2024. That is a year to the day, exactly. I can't believe that. I can't believe I've never noticed that. That is amazing. That is crazy. An exact year to the day. Wow. Okay. So it took me from 2017, or 2016 should I say. Hey Trainer Joy, how are you? Yeah, so I doubled my XP exactly in a year. The XP of which took me from 2016 to 2024, I then doubled that exact amount of XP in exactly a year. That is scary. You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to go back on my screenshots that I did on my phone to see exactly what time on the 29th of October I actually got up to 500 million and see how close it is to time-wise. Because that would be scary if it's like the same hour or something like that. I can't believe that. I'm really glad you guys pointed that out to me because that is really, really cool. I'm definitely going to put those screenshots side by side because that would be so, so cool as a screenshot. I completed my challenge, yeah. The only remaining challenge I had of my yearly goals, and I've completed it. of which I need to do a video about. But yeah, we started this year with 3 yearly goals, and I've completed them all. That is so cool. I'm so glad you guys pointed that out to me, because that went completely under the radar for me. Gengar needs a berry. He needs food. He's a hungry Gengar. Give him a silver pineapple. Let's be nice. There you go, Gengar. Have a bit of a fuss. Silver, why not golden? Well, both silver and golden make your buddy go all the way up. Yeah, if you use a golden on a gym, it revives it all the way. It revives your Pokemon defending that gym all the way. Yeah, if you use a silver on a gym, it doesn't. So I tend to use my silvers for buddies and my golds for gyms. It's weird how the silver doesn't. The silver does the same thing in terms of buddy, but it doesn't in terms of feeding Pokemon onto gyms. It's weird that. But yeah, that's why I use silver. See, I'm quite clever when you get to know me. Certain things, anyway. Ooh, Frigibacks. That would have been a nice shiny. We'll use a silver pineapple there though. Yeah, you have been watching me quite a bit. So no Giratina raid, unfortunately. I will keep my eye out though. If you want me to invite you to one at some stage, I will do. Although the raids do change tomorrow morning, so unless there's one that appears tonight, I won't be able to invite you, unfortunately. What is that down there? That's a Mega Raid. It's Mega Sableye as well. I'm not walking down there for a Mega Sableye. No chance. My buddy only deserves the best, of course, Jonathan. Sometimes I pop up, don't say anything. Yeah, see? You're still here. That's the main thing. Whether you don't say anything or anything, that's fine. I don't expect everybody to comment all the time, but just being here and listen to me just talking, that's plenty good enough for me. What is that up there? Is that a new gym or what? Why is it just left grey? I'm going to have to check that out at some stage. Not now, because it's completely pitch black dark and that's not a road up there, it's just in fields. Wonder if that's a new gym. I'm silent sometimes, I'm very talkative most times. That's basically what YouTube content creators are like. We do all the talking on here and then we get home and don't talk to anybody. That's pretty much me. So unfortunately, no raids other than those. But one thing we can do, because I didn't mention this before, I didn't show you this before, but these are the level 74 requirements, and this is what stage I'm currently at. So 147 kilometers I've walked through the 200 that I'm required. and also level up a max move 20 times. So we need to level something up now. And to do that, you have to level it from level 1 to 2 on the Dynamax max move, or level it from 2 to 3. Now also, always the cheapest option is leveling it from 1 to 2. So let's go ahead and see what we've got in terms of Dynamax that we can level up, or even Gigantamax. Let's see if we've got any decent Gigantamax Garbodor at the weekend. Why can I not spell? There we go. So, recent. Let's check out these Garbodor. And we did manage to do quite a few Garbodors at the weekend. Let's have a quick look and see what we did. I've never actually done a video about this. I might do one in just a moment and show you how many Garbodors I've got. But for you lovely people who have tuned in and watching live, you'll see it now. And as you can see, we did 18 Gigantamax Garbodors, which is really, really good going. And 1333 was the best one that I managed to get, a 96 IV, but we also got another 96 there at 1332, and another 96 there at 1329, but unfortunately that one not having attack. So we're going to go for the first one, I think, where it's got attack and defense, and we can go down and click on that and level that max move up from 1 to 2, 600 particle cost, but it just does help us a bit with that task. So it gets us onto 15 out of 20, and we still need to do the walking, unfortunately, but still, we're slowly going up that way. 7k candy crazy on Trubbish. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And I know the person who commented on the TikTok, I don't know if he's in the comments or not, or whether he's just being silent, but I'll quickly just show you what we managed to catch during that Halloween event, and also how many candies I got for them. So shiny in age 0 to 7. So Pikachu candies, I've got 43,754. Then as we go through, Vulpix candies, I've got 8,657. Gengar candies, 25,000. Teddiursa candies, 5,666. The number of the devil, of course. Got quite a few Teddiursas. Let's try and go through these. Latios is, of course, the lowest candy count, 377. We've then got Giratina, 1,357 candies. Froakie at a 666 CP as well, which was really nice to get a shiny Froakie. And no, I didn't have to sell my soul to the devil to get that one. 5,399 candy for Froakie. And as we scroll through, Pumpkaboo, we've got 18,500 candy. Noibat, 5,500. And is that it? No, Rowlet, 6,367. So quite a lot of candy for quite a lot of Pokemon there that spawned during the Halloween event. And you may be forgiven to think that I just catch Pokemon and don't do anything with them. I do spend quite a lot of candy powering stuff up, and I always spend candy as well evolving Pokemon, because evolutions is a really good way of getting XP. So of course that also uses candy. So those aren't probably true representation of how much candy I've actually had in the past. I've actually used a few of those candies. Yes, I do evolve for XP. Excuse me, 43,000. Yes, 43,000 Pikachu candy. It's a little bit obscene. But yeah, so I do use a lot of candy for evolving, because evolving gives you 1,000 XP, and of course if you put a lucky egg on, it's 2,000 XP. And I know you can get that much from doing an excellent throw with a lucky egg on, but finding the Pokemon which are easy enough to do an excellent throw on is a little bit annoying, unless it's of course like a community day where you know the Pokemon and you know how to hit an excellent throw on it. But yeah, 43,000 yeah, 43,000 XP on candy on Pikachu is a little bit ridiculous, but that's just a highlight into how much candy I've got for certain Pokemon. That's probably my highest one, Pikachu is, I would say. I know Gengar used to be higher than Pikachu, but I've evolved a lot of Ghastlies since then. So do you have a level 50 of the yellow guy? I don't know how to say Pikachu. I think I've got a level 50 Pikachu. Pikachu. CP. No, I probably haven't. No, I haven't. I haven't got a level 50 Pikachu. Although I've got a lot of hundos to go at. We've got 11 hundos, mostly with different costumes. 2 captain ones there. But yeah, I could quite easily go for a level 50 Pikachu. And I will be level 50 in a Raichu out at some stage, because it has, of course, got a new Mega in the Legends ZA game. Can you give me a Giratina? I unfortunately haven't got a Giratina raid nearby. Unfortunately, so I won't be able to invite you to a Giratina. Unless you mean from trade, of course. But trading-wise, you can't trade unless you're within around about 20 to 30 meters of each other, something like that. So yeah, you can't trade unless you're local, unfortunately, and there's no Giratina raid about at the moment. So unfortunately, I can't help you with Giratina this evening. That one's going to be a Latios down there. But yeah, no Giratina raid. He's looking out for a Giratina, but you don't have one nearby, so please be patient. Yeah, so I haven't got a Giratina at the moment, and I don't think one's going to spawn, because the raids will finish at 8 o'clock. So if the raids don't refresh with a Giratina in the next 58 minutes, don't think I'm going to have one around here, unfortunately. But of course, that is pretty much it for today's live stream. Let's have a quick look and see how we managed to get on in terms with Inkay, because of course we did head out to do Dynamax Inkay tonight. Wait, Danzo, do you have Discord? Yes, I do have Discord. That's where I run my local community group from. So yeah, I've got Discord. So yeah, the Dynamax Inkay, of which we did tonight, we did 7 in total. 507 was our first one. This one was just before the hour started. Then we got a 504, which was, like we mentioned before, slightly better on the IVs, but worse on the CP. 514, so we started heading in the right direction. 502 brought us back down to earth. 518 was the best one of the evening at that stage, and that was a 14, 12, 15. And then we got this little guy here at 519, a 14, 14, 13. So that's probably our best one, but we did finish on a 506, which is a bit disappointing there. But 519, the best one of the evening. 14, 14, 13. So that is the best Inkay we managed to get tonight. No shinies, unfortunately, but of course 1 in 512 odds for that, so we were never destined to have one of those. See, even YT Slams is requesting a Discord. Could we add each other? Yeah, you can. Sure, you can add me on Discord if you want. Some good IVs, yes we do. Yeah, awesome. So yeah, thanks for everybody who's tuned in tonight. I do really much appreciate it, and of course everybody who's got involved in the comments as well, and also all those lovely people who have added me for the first time or subbed onto the channel. Thanks very much for that. Make sure to keep subscribing it, sharing with your friends as well, and also liking the live streams and the videos that I put up, because that's the only way we can make this channel bigger. So thanks very much for that. Danzo, send gift, don't open the gift, as I need the XP. Right, okay, what was your name again, sorry? Balvinder. Let me just do this while I'm on stream. So don't open the gift, send the gift, okay? Okay. So I've sent you a gift, you've got the trigger gift, open when you wish, and I will lucky egg it when you do. So yeah, thanks very much to everybody who's tuned in. Really much appreciate it. Make sure to share the channel about, like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.